Whiskey Hobbit here, and today I'm going to be reviewing or at least drinking and saying what I think of it, the Eagle Rare bourbon, which is a 10-year-old. I don't think it's bottled at 45%. But yeah, it used to be. I think this used to be like a single barrel. I don't know. That, or they used to say, I think it used to say on the front that it was 10 years old, and now they've changed it so it only says on the back it's 10 years old. But yeah, 10-year-old bourbon it's normally about £40, I think, which is very good, really cheap. For what it is, I think it's really, really good. I haven't tried it in a while, but I thought I'd give it a go. I'll just leave that there. So yeah, I don't have a huge amount of stuff to say about Eagle Rare, to be honest. So it is going to be more of a review of it. I do like American whiskies, but I'm quite particular in what I like from American whiskies. So I don't have a huge selection. I've got a couple. Got some Blantons, which is really good, but also really, really sought after. So kind of an awkward one, that. What else have I got? Rittenhouse. I've got some of that. I think that can't be it. Oh, I've got Buffalo Trace, but that doesn't really count. I mean, it does, but yeah. I think that's about it, really. Oh, and I've got two whiskies I got from America when I was in America earlier this year, which was a High West, which was exclusive to New York, and then a Booker's, which again was more of a American thing. It's like a special batch, and they only have a certain amount per batch. And I've never seen them in the UK, so I can only assume it's exclusive to America. So yeah, I might review one or two of those at some point, at least the Blantons, because I've got some of the straight from the barrel stuff from Blantons, and that's absolutely fantastic. So I might review that. I don't know, but I might just drink it, and yeah. Anyway, so on the nose, this is kind of what I want from a bourbon. At least if I'm looking for a soft bourbon, it's very grainy, but in a nice way. It's kind of cotton candy, sweet, soft, and it's kind of like if you got cotton candy and some porridge, put them together. I wouldn't recommend that, but kind of like that. Yeah, it's a bit different. I mean, it's very soft and sweet. There's an element of kind of a fragrance to it, which kind of reminds me of like woody, oaky fragrances for men, that kind of thing. Um, and there is a fruitiness to it, like a sweet juiciness, but it's very light and gentle and more kind of hidden behind this tannicky, woodeny richness. So yeah, good nose, and then that is really good. It's very much a kind of shortbread pastry, that kind of thing coming through. So you get a lot of this sugary sweetness, but it's not just sugar. It's like bready sugar. Not the best description, but it is really nice. There is a nice slight heat to it. I like a bourbon with a little bit of bite, a little bit of spice to it. This isn't particularly spicy in any way whatsoever. I think this is one of the bourbons that's available in the UK that's got a very low rye content. It's almost, I think it's almost non-existent. There is a place where you can find out, I can't remember the name of it, but there is a website that gives you a breakdown of all the rye to bourbon percentages. So generally with bourbon, it has to be at least 51% corn to be called bourbon, and then the rest can be whatever they want. It can be rye, it can be malt, it can be something else. So yeah, this though is a high proportion of corn, so it's a little bit sweeter, a little bit more kind of kind of juicy sweetness to it. That's the only way I can describe it. It's really good. If I was going to give this a bourbon review, bourbon American whiskey mark, score, I'd give it 8.5. It's not quite 9. 9 is like absolutely brilliant for me. This is very good, but it could be better. I don't know. I think it's just the fact I like spicy style bourbons, so it's just missing out on that. It's more my preference than anything else. If you'd like a soft, sweet hint of spice bourbon that's really, really good, quite juicy and sweet, it'll be perfect for you. It's a really good price, and I would recommend, if you live in the UK, I recommend getting it now, as prices are probably going to start going up when we leave the EU. So just do it now, I would say. And it's really good price. It's about, I think we, where I work, at Royal Mile Whiskies, we sell it for about £39, I think. So it's cheap and a good age, and it's very good. Because I remember for this price, roughly speaking, the only other kind of whiskey in that range was the Elijah Craig 12, with a decent age statement on it. Elijah Craig 12. Which is really good, but that one comes across far too woody for me. I've never been a fan of the Elijah Craig. I mean, maybe the barrel proof stuff, they do, special edition stuff. Maybe that's good, but the standard 12, I was never that bothered by it. And you can't even get it anymore because they've discontinued it. I don't know if they've discontinued it. I think it is discontinued everywhere, because when I was in America, I didn't see it. I don't think. I just saw the new stuff. So yeah. Bit of a shame, really, but that's not really my style. I prefer this kind of thing. If I'm going for like the sweeter, more bourbony, older stuff, that's another thing with bourbon. I find younger whiskies, in terms of bourbon at least, normally are more interesting, and I normally have got a bit more normally something a bit more to them. I find older bourbons to be a little bit too wood influenced, and they're just a bit overdone. I'd say this is fine. This is really good. It hasn't gone too far into the oakiness at all. It's done it brilliantly. But I mean, that's the problem, because it's fresh oak, so it's always going to have an element of oakiness to it. But the younger stuff, anywhere from 6 and below, I think can be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Because it's a little bit more spirit driven, but it's nice. Yeah, I mean, if Eagle Rare did a 5-year-old, I would get that like you wouldn't believe. So I'm just going to double check, see if this has changed at all. It's got a lovely orange peeliness to it that's come through. Again, kind of that cotton candy sweetness to it. Very sugary sweet, but it's not overly done. Yeah, that's really, really good. I think this is sort of whiskey you should really leave in your glass for a little while. Just let it breathe. It has changed a little bit since I've left it in there for this video. So yeah, bourbon, £40 or less, depending on where you get it from. Highly recommend it. Until next time, thanks very much.